Hello everybody, it's Anupati Mishra here. In the previous video we have studied about the Block Samiti, Gram Panchayat and the Gram Sabha. What are their functions into the villages and why they are used to do the work into the villages. In today's video we are going to know about Zila Parishad. What is the work of Jila Parishad into the Panchayati Raj system? So, that is, the topmost level of the Panchayati Raj is the Jila Parishad. The topmost level of the Panchayati Raj is the Jila Parishad. After that, Block Samiti, then after that, Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat. Hope that you can understand very well. First one is the topmost level of the Gram Parishad or Gram Panchayati Raj system is Jila Parishad. Then the second one is Block Samiti and the last one is the Gram Panchayat. So it works at the district level. What does it works? It works at the district level and act as the link between the local bodies, between the local administration and the state government. Jila Parishad is a link between the local government, means the Block Samiti and the Gram Panchayat, and the state government. The state government, it is a link between the state government and the Gram Panchayat and local bodies. So, what is the composition? Who are the members of the Jila Parishad? Let me know about it. The members of Jila Parishad are elected from the district for the 5 years. The members of the Jila Parishad are elected from the district for 5 years. Okay? Members of the state legislature and the members of parliament from the district is also the member of Jila Parishad. Member of the state legislature and the member of parliament which is selected from the district is the member of the Jila Parishad. Next, the Pramukh of all the Block Samiti. Pramukh of all the Block Samiti is also the member of the Jila Parishad. Next one, seats are reserved. In this, the seats are also reserved for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and for women also. Next, the member elected as a president and a vice president from among themselves. These members elect the president and the vice president among themselves. Okay, the particular voting system is done and they select the president and vice president among themselves, that who will be the president and vice president of the Jila Parishad. Next, the administration of the district. The administration of the district is headed by the district collector or IAS officer. Administration of the district is handled by the IAS officer. Next, the main source of income of Jila Parishad are grants from the government. The government provides grants to the Jila Parishad and taxes in levies on the people and the rent that is collected from the shop and the houses. It's on. The rent which is collected from the taxes which is collected from the houses and shops, these are the income of source of the Jila Parishad. Next, what is the function of the Jila Parishad? Let me know about it. Function of the Jila Parishad. The Jila Parishad is responsible overall development of the district. The overall development of the district is come into the Jila Parishad. Jila Parishad have to perform that. Next one, it acts as a link between the state government and a Block Samiti and Gram Panchayat. It acts as a link between the state government. I have already told you previously that it acts as a link between the state government and the local bodies of the Gram Panchayat. Next one, it supervises the work done by the Gram Panchayat and the block samiti. It supervises. What does the Jila Parishad do? It supervises the work between the which is done by the Gram Panchayat and the block samiti. Next, it looks after the development of cottage and small scale industries and opening of cooperative societies in the district. The cooperative societies in the district and small scale industries, the cottage industries come into the Jila Parishad. Jila Parishad is responsible for the development of these type of areas. Okay, if there is any problem related to that, then Jila Parishad have to give will be answerable to the state government. Next, it impart new technique and training to farmers and maintain pasture and grazing land. It impart means it give knowledge to the farmers for the new techniques which is used into the agriculture. Next, it imparts new technique and training to the farmer and maintain pasture and grazing land. Maintain pasture and grazing land which is beneficial for the cattle. Okay. The next one, it maintain primary health center and hospitals in villages and conducts vaccination program. The vaccination program is conducted by the Jila Parishad at the district level, not only at the district level but also at the village level also. It have to work. Next thing is that vaccination program. The vaccination program such as vaccination related to the polio and nowadays vaccination of COVID-19 will also be done by the Jila Parishad with the permission of the state government. Next, it established school in the villages and conduct adult literacy program. The adult literacy program and the establishment of the school is also established by the Jila Parishad. Next one, it supervises the implementation of projects under the 5-year plans in the district. It supervises the implementation of the district project, okay, under the 5-year plans, because the Jila Parishad, the member of the Jila Parishad are elected for the 5 years, the member of block samiti are elected for 5 years, and the member of the Gram Panchayat is also elected for the 5 years. And within the 5 years, they have to do the development of their particular area which is provided to them, okay, which is provided to them. They have to do the development within the 5 years. They have to make the strategy. They have to make the plan related to that and do the work on it. If the work is not suitable, if not accepted by the people into the next election, the people will do the voting and select the another one. It is the authority given to the people of that particular area. Next one is Panchayati Raj has taken democracy to the grassroots level. Why the Panchayati Raj is established? It is the democracy. It is a part of the democracy into the grassroots level. Into the grassroots level, the democracy, the part of democracy is done through the Panchayati Raj system. Next, it has made possible for the people living even in remote villages to participate in the affair of the government. It has made possible for the people to know about the schemes of the government, that what is the government is going to be done for the welfare of the people, and the village should be included into that, because village is the grassroots of the India, of our country. If there will be no development, there will be no anything is done into the villages, then what will happen? The grassroots will become weak. The administrative system which belongs to the village, which belongs to the panchayat, which belongs to the down level, will become so much weak for the country. and this will be so much harsh for the development of our country. Therefore, it is necessary to do the work into the grassroots level, into the village level, because the basic needs, because the basic of our country is from the villages. Therefore, everything and each and every point should be developed through the villages. Next one is, as local people are in power at the various level of the panchayat, they are able to understand the problem faced by the people better and in the better position to solve them efficiently. The selected persons which are selected by the people of the villages, they are able to know about the problems which are included into the villages, which is faced by the people of the villages. Therefore, he will be there to do the work of that particular of that village, and he will be there to solve these type of problems which is faced by the villagers. Next one is, as a result of Panchayati Raj, even a poor and illiterate person in a village is aware of his political right and feels strengthened with a sense of power. As a result, through the Panchayati Raj system, the villager which is not able to do, which is illiterate, which is uneducated, he will be also able to know about the political right, what is the political right of him, and what how it strengthens him to use that political right for the welfare of himself, not only of himself, and for the welfare of the village also. Next one is participation of women in the Panchayati Raj system. What is the participation of the women into the Panchayati Raj system? Nowadays, women are increasingly participating in the Panchayati Raj system. Okay, they are member of Gram Sabha. Nowadays, women are the member of the Gram Sabha. They are participating. They are doing the work related to the village. They are going to improve the village by doing their own, doing their own work. Next one is, many women want to contest in the panchayat elections. Many women are coming to give the contest into the panchayat elections, while many areas have the women sarpanch. In many areas, you can say that women sarpanch are over there who are doing the work for the welfare of their villages. Next, some even have all women's panchayat. Some areas have all the women panchayat, means there is the women members included into that. Not only sarpanch but also the women panchayat members are over there to do the work for the welfare of the people of the villages. Next, in a significant step, the government has reserved 50% of the seat for the women, and as a result, women are able to play bigger role in the panchayats, because 50% of seats is reserved into the Panchayati Raj system. Therefore, we can say that women are able to play the bigger role into the Panchayati Raj, into the panchayats. Next, more participation of women would mean better management of fund. More participation of women would mean the better management of the funds, better approach toward the projects and issues such as in mostly villages, you can say that there is a problem of the sanitation. So the problem of sanitations, education for the girls, domestic violence and alcohol de-addiction, these are the major problems which are faced by the village women. And these type of sarpanch, the women sarpanch and the women panchayati raj system are going to improve. These are doing the work related to that and are improving their system, their education system, and also giving the sanitation, reducing the sanitation problem, and also reducing the domestic violence related to the women's. Next one is what is Panchayati Raj and how it become the part of our constitution. A brief historical overview is over there. Now I am going to study that. Now I am going to read that and tell you into the detail. In January 1957, a committee was set up by the government. In January 1957, a committee which is set up by the government of India under the prominent social activist and freedom fighter named as Balwant Rai Mehta. Named as a committee which is suggested, which is made by the government of India under the prominent social activist and freedom fighter Balwant Rai Mehta. He was a freedom fighter into our freedom struggle and also the social activist, and under his community, committee, many members, many national services, extension services, and recommended ways to improve that. Means under the committee of the Balwant Rai Mehta, what they have done, they have examined the functions of the community development program in 1952 and the National Extension Service in 1953 and recommended ways to improve them. That the work should be done, the democratic work should be done at the village level. Next one, the committee better known as the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. This committee was known as Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. Next, presented a roadmap for implementing the scheme of the democratic decentralization that finally came to be known as Panchayati Raj. Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, what had done, this committee has implemented a roadmap which is for the development of the villages, which is a road, which is a 3-tier step, had been composed by the Balwant Rai Mehta. That is, the schemes must be given from the district level to the village level. Next one is the committee proposed the establishment of 3-tier Panchayati Raj system, that is Gram Panchayat at the village level, that is Gram Panchayat at the village level. Second one is Panchayat Samiti at the block level. Panchayat Samiti or block Samiti, we can say that. Block Samiti in which 20 to 60 villages are included. 20 to 60 villages are included into the block Samiti. Next, the last one was Jila Parishad, which worked at the district level. This was the roadmap which was composed by Balwant Rai Mehta for the development, for the schemes which is applied by the government, which is given by the government, should be done at the grassroots level. Therefore, he had made the roadmap, which how could we provide the schemes, the better efficiency and the better development up to the ground level. So this system was adopted by the state government during the 1950s and 60s. This system was accepted by the state government in 1960s and 50s as law were passed to establish panchayats in various states. In various states, these laws was passed at the panchayat level to establish the panchayat. Okay, it also found backing in the Indian Constitution with the 73rd Amendment in 1992 to accommodate the idea. It has been added to the Indian Constitution as the 73rd Amendment of 1992. Next, the Amendment Act of 1992 contained provision to devolution of power and responsibilities to the panchayat, both of the preparation of economic development plans and social justice, as well as implementation of relations to 29 subjects listed in the 11th schedule of the Constitution. The 29 subjects which is listed into the 11th schedule of the Constitution means every schemes and every development plans should be done at the village level, should be from the ground root level, from the grassroots level, then to the district and then to the state level. Next one, on 24 April 1993, the Constitutional 73rd Amendment Act 1992 came into force. On 24 April 1993, the act came into force. Next, this act aimed at providing three-tier system of Panchayati Raj institution in all states having the population of over 2 million. Okay, this has been implemented to all the states which have the population of 2 million. The act clearly stated that the panchayat election would be held every 5 years, just like the central government elections, just like the state government elections. The panchayat elections will also be held for the 5 years. After 5 years, every 5 years there will be an election. A certain percentage of seat would be reserved for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and for women in all the Panchayati Raj. Into that Amendment Act, it is already clear that there will be some seats which will be reserved for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and for the women's. Next, State Finance Commission would be set up to make recommendation regarding these institutions. The act was subsequently extended to in which states this was firstly followed. In the Panchayati Raj system was firstly followed into the 8 states, that is namely Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Odisha. Then after that in 1996 to 1997, then after that it is existed into all the states of the India except Nagaland, Meghalaya and Mizoram, and also all the union territories except Delhi. These Panchayati Raj system have been, which is composed by Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, into the 3-tier state, into the 3-tier form. This was established. This was extended for This was extended and given to the and applied into the 1996 to 1997 into the 8 states, that is Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Odisha. Then after that it has been extended to all over the state of the India. Then except in Nagaland, Meghalaya and Mizoram. Then after that in all the union territories except Delhi, Panchayati Raj system is into all the union territories except Delhi. This was the Panchayati Raj system. Panchayati Raj, that is the chapter number 5 of the civics. This chapter is now ended, and in the next video we will get to know about chapter number 5, that is the Vedic literature. Thank you everybody. Goodbye.